You are going to fall in love all over again as Heartstopper, the beloved British coming-of-age rom-com series, gears up for its highly anticipated Season 3. With a heartwarming blend of love, friendship, and the challenges of young adulthood, Heartstopper has captured the hearts of viewers worldwide. Following its double renewal alongside Season 2, fans are eagerly awaiting the next chapter in Nick and Charlie's enchanting love story. As we dive into everything we know about Season 3, including the plot, cast, and potential release date, get ready to be swept off your feet once more by this heartwarming series that celebrates positive representation and the beauty of young queer love. So back in May 2022, Netflix gave us some awesome news. They told us that Heartstopper, the show based on Alice Oseman's graphic novel and webcomic, got not one but 2 more seasons after the first one. Yup, they renewed it for Season 2 and Season 3. The cast of the show couldn't contain their excitement when they heard the news, and they made sure to share it all over social media. Joe Locke, for instance, shared a bunch of awesome behind-the-scenes photos on Instagram and couldn't help but ask, how many more seasons? Yasmin Finney, on the other hand, flooded her Instagram with BTS pics, and in pretty much every one of them, she and her fellow castmates were flashing the peace sign. She simply added, 2 more seasons please, along with a 2-finger emoji. As for the mastermind behind it all, Alice Oseman, they celebrated on Twitter and even shared a video from Netflix's official Twitter account that illustrated the fantastic news. They tweeted, Seasons 2 and 3, here we come, along with a leaf emoji. And let me tell you, this was not a surprise. Heartstopper is a big deal. People love it. It's all about showing young queer folks in a positive light, and it's been a huge hit. Seriously, the fans are crazy about it. Some even found the courage to come out after watching the show. That's the kind of impact it has. With that now, let's move on to what Heartstopper Season 3 will be about.
I thought that I might feel that way about you, but then we kissed and I just knew that I didn't.
Heartstopper Season 1 was all about bringing to life the story of Volumes 1 and 2 of Alice Oseman's Heartstopper graphic novel series, which came out in 2019. It was a fantastic adaptation. Then in Season 2, things got even more interesting. It followed the events of Heartstopper Volume 3, where Nick and Charlie faced their first real relationship challenges and embarked on a school trip to Paris. Love, drama, and adventures, it had it all. If you're a fan of graphic novels, you'll know that the story continued in Volume 4, released in 2020, and Volume 5, which came out in 2021. And guess what? Volume 6 is on its way, scheduled to grace the bookshelves in December 2023. We can hardly wait. Oh, and there's one more thing to look forward to. A 6th and final book has been announced, but the release date is still a mystery. While we don't have all the juicy details about what Season 3 of Heartstopper will entail, there's a chance it might dive into the events of Volume 4. This could mean we'll see more of Charlie's eating disorder storyline, which was hinted at in Season 2. Here's a sneak peek at the official novel synopsis for Volume 4. Charlie and Nick's relationship has been going really well, and Charlie thinks he's ready to say those 3 little words, I love you. Nick feels the same way, but he's got a lot on his mind, especially at the thought of coming out to his dad and the fact that Charlie might have an eating disorder. As a new school year begins, Charlie and Nick will have to learn what love really means. Netflix UK and Alice Oseman gave fans a little sneak peek into what's brewing for Season 3 on September 4. They joined forces on social media and shared a photo of the script for the very first episode. And guess what? The episode's title is Love. They teased us by saying, Heartstopper Season 3 Episode 1, Love. That's all the info they're spilling for now, but they promised that they'd be back with more updates, and of course, our beloved Nick and Charlie will be back too. It's got us all excited for what's in store. With that out of the way, who's in the Heartstopper Season 3 cast? Well, it's a piece of great news for Heartstopper fans. The entire main cast is set to make a triumphant return for Season 3. You can look forward to seeing familiar faces like Kit Connor as Nick, Joe Locke as Charlie, Yasmin Finney as Elle, William Gao as Tao, Toby Donovan as Isaac, Corinna Brown as Tara, Kizzy Edgell as Darcy, Sebastian Croft as Ben, Rhea Norwood as Imogen, and Jenny Walzer as Tori. But that's not all. Season 2 introduced some fresh faces, and there's a good chance they'll be back too. Jack Barton as David Nelson, Nima Telegani as Mr. Farouk, Bradley Riches as James McEwen, Belle Priestley as Naomi, Ash Self as Felix, and Thibaut de Montalembert as Stéphane, Nick's dad, might continue their roles. And let's not forget about Sahar Zahid, who was brought to life by Layla Khan. She joined the Heartstopper crew in Season 2, and it's worth noting that this was her very first professional acting gig after a nationwide search. So there are plenty of familiar and fresh faces to look forward to in the upcoming season. If you are wondering if Heartstopper Season 3 has begun filming, you're not alone, and we have got some exciting news. The cameras are officially rolling on the Heartstopper set as of now. Netflix is all in on this, with a capital C, and they're sticking to their schedule. They were set to start filming Season 3 in October 2023, and they're making it happen. And here's a bonus tidbit. Since Heartstopper is a UK production, it won't be affected by the ongoing SAG-AFTRA strike in America. So, fans can breathe a sigh of relief knowing that their favorite show is on track and unaffected by any strike-related delays. Netflix made a big announcement about Heartstopper Season 3 going into production on Twitter, and they did it in style. They shared a picture of the series' creator, Alice Oseman, looking all cozy in a fall sweater. And what's even better, Alice was holding up a super-fitting slate featuring cartoon portraits of Charlie and Nick. Netflix couldn't help but add some extra flair by captioning the post with "and action" and sprinkling in a bunch of fallen leaf emojis. It's just so on brand for Heartstopper. And if you're curious about who's behind the camera, here's the scoop. Andy Newbury will be directing most of the episodes this season, and Simona Susnia is returning as the series cinematographer. It sounds like they're all set for another amazing season. Now, when is Heartstopper Season 3 coming out on Netflix? As much as we're all eagerly awaiting Heartstopper Season 3, the exact release date is still a bit of a mystery. However, if we look at how things went with Season 2, which had a 7-month gap between production starting and its release, we might expect Season 3 to follow a similar timeline. So if we cross our fingers and hope for the best, it's possible that Nick, Charlie, and the gang could be back on our screens in the summer of 2024, possibly around May or June. But remember, nothing's set in stone until Netflix makes the official announcement. That's a wrap for today's Heartstopper Season 3 update. We hope you're as excited as we are for the next chapter in Nick and Charlie's enchanting love story. While we eagerly await more news, let us know. What's your favorite moment from Heartstopper so far? And what are you most looking forward to in Season 3? Also, don't forget to like and subscribe for more exciting news on your favorite movies and TV series. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you in the next video.